Now, I recently did a live unboxing of the HP Elite Dragonfly G3, all new here for 2022. And one of the things that we noticed was they moved away from the convertible design from the previous generations to a clamshell design. And we kind of was wondering, well, what happened to a convertible with the Dragonfly line, which we know and we love? Well, rest assured, I have something here today that HP just announced. In fact, they just announced it today, which is the HP Dragonfly Folio G3. Now, this takes everything we loved about the HP Elite Folio that I reviewed last year, very similar to the Surface Laptop Studio, but that Elite Folio had a Snapdragon processor running the show there. Well, we have a lot of the design language moved over into this new Dragonfly Folio G3, and it's a good thing because this has that pull forward design. It has the faux leather cover on the top, giving it a very classic and very sleek look, really classy, really high end and very premium. And it's running a 12th gen processor. It also has the optional 5G, and it's outfitted with a number of different display options, including a 3000 by 2000 OLED option, and of course a privacy view display that can get as bright as 1000 nits. We're gonna take a look at the prototype or pre-production unit that HP was kind enough to send over. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my hands-on and first look at the brand new HP Dragonfly Folio G3. Coming up. Now, before we begin, I want to let everyone know, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by HP. I'm not being sponsored by HP. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. HP is not getting copy approval. That means they're seeing this video for the first time, just like you. And once this hands-on first look is done, I'll be sending it back. Now keep something in mind, this is a pre-production unit. It's a prototype and it's not a final shipping unit. Now let's get right to it, and looking at it, it looks almost exactly like the HP Elite Folio we took a look at last year running that Snapdragon processor. Well, this is a little bit different. It took a lot of the design language from that HP Elite Folio and brought it over to the Dragonfly line. So a lot of business users are going to be happy about that. Now I recently took a look at the HP Elite Dragonfly G3, and that is a clamshell, and it didn't have any kind of convertible nature to it. Now this is an actual 2-in-1 convertible, but this time with a pull forward design, much like we saw with the HP Elite Folio and the Surface Laptop Studio that I reviewed last year. And just like the Surface Laptop Studio and the HP Elite Folio, this has a pull-forward design. This is the studio mode, as Microsoft would like to call it. And of course, you could always put it into the tablet mode, great for use with the pen. Now, HP sent over a really nice redesigned pen that goes with this that I thought was really good, especially if you take notes or sketch out artwork. It has a new mechanism that attaches magnetically to the side so you won't lose it. It also stores and charges the pen. A little latch comes out magnetically and attaches to the side of the unit. It was really secure. It's good. And one of the reasons I'm a huge fan of the Dragonfly line is its excellent keyboard, and this one has a really good one as well. It's got good tactility, good key travel, and I found it very comfortable to type on for extended periods of time. It also has a really nice backlight on it. It allows you to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment, and it's a really good overall keyboard. I'll have more to say on this when I get a final production unit so I can review it. And it has a really nice glass precision touchpad that was very responsive. Two-finger scrolling worked well, and all the gestures work as advertised. Good job on that front. Even though this is a prototype, it's working really well so far. Now, one thing to note about the touchpad, it has a matching 3:2 aspect ratio to that of the display. Now, when it comes to the display options, there are a number of them, one of which is an OLED 3K by 2K resolution. That's 3000 by 2000. I don't have that one here. There's also going to be one with a Full HD Plus Shore View display. That's going to give you that privacy, 1000 nits in terms of the brightness. And then, of course, there's going to be a 3K, 2K IPS option. And what I have here, which is a 1920 by 1280 Full HD Plus 3:2 display, of course, and that's what I have here. It's a touch display. and this can get as bright as 400 nits. Now, again, this is a pre-production unit, so I'm not going to give you the numbers as far as what I measured and so forth, because it's not the final production unit. So let's wait till we get a review unit in, and I can give you all the numbers on this device. But so far, this is a really nice display, even in a pre-production state. And I gotta say, it's bright, it's sharp, and I also love the fact that it's a matte display, so you don't get unnecessary glare or reflections. That's gonna be great when you wanna get work done. So far, this is an excellent choice, and I'm sure this is gonna do better on battery life. Of course, I won't be able to test that until I get a real shipping production unit. So HP has put a really nice high-res camera in this HP Elite Dragonfly Folio, a new product. Now again, prototype here, there are some bugs. This is not a final production unit, of course, so keep that in mind. But I like the form factor, I like the pull forward design, and I like this 8 megapixel camera. And I don't think I've ever seen an 8 megapixel camera before on a laptop. So this might be a first. And this is going to give you that really enhanced video conferencing. You've got presence detection in this, of course. You've got keeping you auto frame in terms of keeping you always in frame, so you're never out of the frame and always in focus. And it adjusts the lighting automatically. You can adjust the brightness. It's all sorts of controls within the HP app that they give you here, and I think it's going to be an enhanced video conferencing device. But I'm curious to know what you think. What do you think about the video quality? What do you think about the audio quality of the array mics? This is an IR camera, so you can log in with face recognition. There is a kill switch for the camera on the keyboard. There's a key, a dedicated key for that, so that's always good. And that gives you more security and privacy. So far, I'm really liking this a lot, but I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. Again, a prototype here. This is not perfect. I see a few spots here and there on this camera. Again, this is not a final shipping production unit, so please keep that in mind, but it looks good so far. Now, this will be running a Core i7 or Core i5, 12th gen Intel processors. Non-vPro and vPro options will be available, and it has integrated Iris Xe graphics. You can get this with up to 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM. That's going to be soldered down, and up to 2 terabytes of PCIe NVMe SSD storage. Now, because this is a pre-production unit, I wasn't able to run any of the benchmarks and show you any of the numbers simply because it's not optimized yet. It's not a final production unit. And I'm going to wait for a final production unit to do my full review and bring you all the numbers as I always do in my full reviews. So stay tuned. That hopefully will be coming very soon. Now, according to HP, this has a 56 watt-hour battery, and they ran some battery tests. They did 13 hours and 30 minutes, depending on which, of course, unit you go with. The OLED will get less battery life, but of course, I'm going to wait till I get a production unit to test battery life and bring you those numbers in the full review. Now, this pre-production unit has Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, and it does have the optional 5G modem in it, so if you want that always-on connection, that's going to be an option, especially for the executive on the road. Now, the HP Dragonfly Folio G3 sports quad speakers, they're Bang & Olufsen tuned, and I thought the volume was good, the mids were good, overall sound was good, even some bass was good on this. I was really happy with this, especially for a business convertible. We don't normally see great speakers. This might be the exception. Of course, we'll get to the final production unit and give you the overall sound quality, but in the meantime, let's listen to Epidemic Sound, and if you want to save 10% on Epidemic Sound, see the link in the description below. Let's give a listen to these speakers. So what do you think about this bad boy, the HP Dragonfly Folio G3? So we have the convertible, the pull forward, the full leather cover, gives it a nice, classy, very high-end look. Got the pen here, it sticks magnetically to the side. It has a nice magnetic latch that comes out to greet the port there that allows it to store and charge, and it's pretty secure. It's not coming off, so it's going to be great. And of course, you got a 12th gen processor. We'll test all the numbers when I get a production unit. And it's got nice display options, as I mentioned. Now, this is that Full HD Plus. It's 1920 by 1280, 3:2, 400 nit display. Really nice because it's a matte display. You don't get that glare or the reflection that we don't like, especially for a productivity machine. And of course, it's got a nice, decent-sized battery. Of course, I'll test battery life and all that in the upcoming full review. But I think this is going to be a really nice choice, especially for those that are huge fans of the Dragonfly line that missed that 2-in-1 convertible. We didn't know this was coming, so they dropped it today in terms of the announcement. As far as the availability, I'll let everybody know once I get some information on when it is available. They just announced it today, as I mentioned. I'm very happy and very thankful to HP for sending this over. My time with it has been great. Even though this is a prototype pre-production unit, this is still in pretty good shape so far, and I can't wait to see what the final shipping unit has to offer. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.